Welcome back, folks, to the second channel. If you made it through the unbearable last video on this channel, I was kind of just telling you we'd got back in town, what's been going on, blah, blah, blah. Today's the next day, and I'm dragging. I'm just tired. I'm adjusting back from time change. None of that really matters. I wanted to get y'all some content today, and there's something up at the old truck, guys, I desperately want to check out. So let's grab us a flashlight, some GoPro batteries, and a Mexican blanket. What else could you possibly need? Come on! Someone's gonna have to pay that light bill around here. You better turn them lights off. Around here, this has been one of them weeks where severe weather's just been sprinkled in by Oklahoma just almost daily. You don't know what you're gonna get. I looked up the weather forecast. We're showing cloudy throughout today, but no more rain, which means it'll probably rain. And if it does rain with what's been going on, that could be hell. But what the hell? We'll take the wagon. I was gonna take the man van. She's a safe bet. She can take some licks from some hell and keep on ticking. I don't want to get our wagon caught in that, but I think we'll be good. And I've kind of been on a wagon kick. See that? That's a wagon kick. I don't know why I've been on a wagon kick besides this thing looks absolutely amazing. Absolutely stunning. Jaw-dropping, breathtaking would not be enough to describe this gal. And she's just been running and performing phenomenal. It just, I don't... Now, it's a heavy load we've got today, so I made sure to flip down this. How cool is that, guys? I know you've seen it, but every time I see it, I think it's the coolest thing. The hinge is like a pair of locking pliers the way it locks down. We've got a full flat floor back here. I hauled merchandise orders yesterday in this thing. That's why it's laid down. She can haul merch. She can haul the family. She can haul booty. What else do you want? I know what I want. A tripod better than this one. Just can't get rid of it. Y'all see that? That's splashes of blue paint from when we did the Datsun. This baby is a classic. We've got history. We've got about an hour drive, give or take, depending on some traffic. Has been vehicle of choice lately, not only because she just looks amazing, but out of all the old vehicles that are resealed and stuff, this one's just quiet as can be, guys. No real extra wind noise or shakes or rattles. I swear for every two I fix, like on the Travelall, another one appears, or maybe I get stuff quieted down enough where I can now hear other stuff. I still got the back door cover I need to put on this, but she's just a real treat to drive. I may throw on some Blues Travelers right now and just have me a nice little jam out session until we get to Norman, America. Had to stop for some fuel here. I asked that Viper over there pulling the trailer if it wanted to run him, and he said no, he's too scared. He takes his race truck camping, apparently. Got GTO over there pulling its trailer. I don't know if it's sick week or drag week, whatever week where all the racing goes on from state to state, you gotta pull a trailer. Big old group of those guys here, it looks like. I don't need a trailer, I can fit everything in the damn back. Well, well, well. What a cool place he has set up here, guys, all of his stuff. Old truck guy, another one saved. Speaking of the devil, there he is. He's been on one lately, guys. He's been dragging some stuff out of Kansas. He found him a new honey hole up there. A couple thousand cars ain't been touched yet. Considered going up there with him. It's just like a 6-hour drive, so that would turn into like an overnight type thing. But either way, him finding that new honey hole is a large part of why we're up here, which is because of this little zip van that he found and that we're gonna be checking out. About a pickup man. He's listening to something women like about a pickup man with all these trucks here. I think he's feeling himself. What y'all think? Pop in there, he's in there dancing by himself. I was gonna say, you better have some square toes on and be dancing with yourself in there if you're gonna listen to that. So I think we've been up here to grab some stuff or drop off a truck, but y'all really have not seen the old truck guy's new world headquarters here. He kind of moved across here, got all of his stuff moved in, but besides that, he's always turning over inventory. So he's got plenty of new stuff to check out. We're gonna end up checking out that zip fan here in a little bit, but we're gonna also throw some white walls and stuff on it. I said we could give a hand doing that. That's kind of the name of the game, is get them out of the field, get them looking good on some wheels and tires, help people get a vision for where some of the stuff is headed, just like the wagon. I mean, half y'all would probably look past the wagon in that salvage yard. It was covered in moss and sitting buried down in the ground. If you look at it now, it really don't look any different from when we pulled it out of there. It's just cleaned up more and it's lowered down on the correct wheels and tires for that thing, and it just looks awesome. A lot of people have a hard time seeing a vision for something when it's out in the field.
Speaking of good vision,
yeah,
envision yourself driving that.
This thing is sweet. So we were kind of got to talking about this one, and I see these Dodge swept lines. We come across them. You can actually find a Dodge swept line in a pretty good shape a lot of times. I don't know if it's because they didn't get driven a lot, because they weren't popular, because they couldn't stay on the road. I don't know why. I just know me and him's come across a lot of long beds in fairly decent shape, but a short bed is not something we've come across in decent shape. And this one's got a sweet look to it, and that swept line bed, man, that is cool. And it's cool seeing one on a short bed. I've seen a trailer short bed somewhere, I don't remember where. She has a repaint on her. You can tell they went back with some white over, well, maybe some other white.
Wait till we pop the hood. It's almost a white on teal. I don't know if we do two trucks to make one.
But it used to be teal. or maybe it was white on white, then they put a teal front clip.
The hood's teal. Let me see.
That's what it looks like. Had a white pickup. They wrecked it, put a new front end on it.
Tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, who really knows? Got some blue hinges. Damned old hodgepodge.
But the most important part, there's not a ton of rust and rot. There's a little patina, but we're not worried about that.
The most important part is it's ready for a Hellcat right there.
Man, look at that width. You could fit something gnarly in there.
Yeah, that's what we want, a Hellcat on leaf springs and straight axle.
Safety first. Check out these fenders with the grooves.
Yeah.
You could eat lunch up here.
That's perfect for sitting your wrench in and a bolt or two, and you don't got to worry about it rolling off. Every manufacturer should have done that, damn it.
I don't know if these were factory, if this is like a J.C. Whitney, but it's got a little grip tape. But I have some Chevys that have that same step.
Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure if those were all add-ons or maybe dealerships thought they were cool to add them.
I've cleaned it out a little bit, but not much.
A little bit of rot right there. But it looks like you could take an inner fender well and patch it with that. Got the same grooves. Dodge 100. Pretty sweet truck. I don't know what wheels would look good on this thing. Depends on, I guess, the way you took the build.
I mocked it up with those black steelies. They look pretty tough. They're lowered a little bit with the big fat black steely.
If you go hot rod and had something a little girthy in her motor wise, even some torque thrust would look cool on that thing. I guess you could go slots, steelies, torque thrust. Just build a muscle truck. Dodge muscle truck. That would be different. Not a lot of people doing it. There's a couple that's been built, just not a whole lot. So that was at the Stillwater auction?
Yeah, there was a local auction up. I think I drove 12 miles off gravel roads. And there was an old car guy. That's what it was. The auction was advertised as a car guy's collection. Which
you went and bought the old car guys, old stuff?
Yes, sir. You just passed it on down to me. It's just, here you go.
To the old truck guy it goes.
Yep. There was a few up there. This was one. There were some other Dodges. That short bed, square body we'll get to. But he probably had 10, 15 old cars. I came away with 2.
And that's how he stays pulling them in, folks. He's always hustling. Always on the road somewhere finding them. What in the redneckery we got going on here?
Chevy. Or Clyde. That was Clyde's truck.
Yeah.
This came off of a big truck, grain truck up at Mark's in O'Keene.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, I pulled it off there. Just, if you can't tell, I got a thing for grill guards, especially unique ones. But I thought this, somebody fabbed that old bow tie.
Oh, yeah. Whoever had that same bow tie tattooed on their chest.
I was going to say, they'd heat that up and run into the cow with it, too, and you'll see.
Brand them. Give them the old rolling brand.
Some of this is my random junk collection. Old Coke fridge there, hubcaps. This is an old candy table from a candy factory in Oklahoma City, the guy said.
It don't look like it's sanitized good enough for candy anymore. You may not want to eat no taffy off that.
Be a little crunchy.
Let's check out the square body. Actually, what we should check out is this one. I think every time, I don't think you've had this up here. I think it's always been at your house, so I ain't got to see this one.
This is the 50. This came out of a guy that was here in town, and then he moved away, and then we linked up randomly. He was out in Taos, New Mexico. I drove out there and pulled it back 2-3 years ago, probably.
So you got a little clear coat coming off?
Yeah, a little bit. It was like a 90s restoration. So paint's okay, not great, but it's a good driver.
Right, kind of like my Model A. Drive it and not feel bad.
Right, got a nice, super reliable 235, so it's been upgraded there. Always fires up and runs good. I take it in a lot of parades. We just have fun with it.
Put it around. This thing is, she's perfect for driving. Like I said, kind of like the Model A. Got enough little wear and tear on it that you don't feel bad taking it out and using it. He's got old Pinky up on blocks.
She had to donate her wheels and tires to another cause.
Oh, poor old Pinky.
Sorry, girl.
This one's new.
This came out of Bud's. This is the other video.
Oh,
in the sand.
yeah, that was the one that was missing the door.
Yep. This came out of Bud's.
So we did a rescue on, I don't remember what year anymore, 55, 56.
Something like that.
So that one came out of the same yard.
This was local. This one's got a cool story. This was a marketplace find. I think it's a 41 or 46 Chevy, but local guy had been going on hunting lease land since the 60s. And then this was sitting in the barn next to it. There was a hog farm there and the parents had passed away and it was just sitting empty since the 90s. And every year he'd go and open that barn door to make sure this was in there. And then he bought it, he kept it for a few years, realized it wasn't going anywhere in his hands, and I got it off him. But just a beaut. I mean, it's got little things here and there, but overall.
Yeah, she's an Oklahoma truck. She's missing a tooth or two. Yeah, no surprise. She lost that chewing tobacco all them years. Is it all one color? I mean, rust, but it was green. Yeah, green on everything. No panels been replaced. Man, that's a sweet rig right there, guys.
It's got all the glass.
Couple little humdingers. They just used to tear these fenders and just put a cobble of weld on there. The give a damn back in the day just did not exist.
Let's see. Yeah, we got the OG little 216 in there.
What's left over?
You'd probably want to swap that out, but you can put a 235 right in there, and that's an instant upgrade. Those are easy to find nowadays, to be honest.
This thing would be sweet just driving around.
That's our plan. This one's not for sale, so don't hit me up on it. This is in Keeper's Corner here. And
oh.
Put a 235 in it, we're just gonna buzz around town.
Keeper's Corner. He's slick with the words.
So look, don't touch.
Is all this Keeper's Corner?
Yep.
All right.
Most of this in here is Keeper's Corner. So Edsel Ranchero, that's the Ford Mortsky. Me and you did the
Oh yeah, we did a Willet run on that one. Y'all have seen this kind in the background. Got the Ranchero with the Edsel front end. Pink to match old Pinky. He's got the pair of pink Fords. And then the Blazer we've kind of seen on Mortsky's channel. We did a Willet run on this one if y'all want to check that out.
There's an old dealer banner. I collect stuff like that. 1954.
That's
advanced
cool.
Design with all the little tassels.
Tassels like you graduated. Pinky, she's a good truck. This truck was one of the ones that I always kind of look past the fridges, and I think y'all will tell in some of the recent videos they've really been catching my eye. And in fact, I already hinted that a Ford up here belongs to me. It ain't Pinky, so don't think that. It's out in the loser lot, not Keeper's Corner.
Hey, don't talk to him like that. That's not very nice. We're all winners around here.
Oh, only the losers like me can afford out of the loser's lot, because I can't afford out of the Keeper's Corner. I'd have to have really, really deep pockets. So the thing about being friends with Zach is he's constantly coming across cool stuff. And Zach has done me solids over the years of picking up stuff for me. Maybe I couldn't get to that day because schedule was busy and he'll grab it or whatever. And then likewise, I try to send him links to stuff. When I see something, I know there's meat on the bone for him, Facebook links. Like, I'm not going to go buy that and try to flip it. He might as well make some money on it if he can. And we try to scratch each other's backs on deals. On the last Willet run, on that 59 with the Buick nailhead, a lot of y'all said I need that truck. And in fact, before that video ever even posted, he sold it. And he sold it for probably 3 times what I would have been willing to pay for it. So I can't buy everything from him, because the way he makes his money, guys, is by flipping and keeping inventory coming in. So you can't always just cut buddy deals on stuff. Mine's a business. I got to keep it going. He helps me out by getting me content, stuff like that in a pinch. Gave us a really cool video. Got to check out a really cool truck and get it running. And that nailhead was running amazing. And then likewise, you know, so there has to be a balance there. I just can't buy everything cool he comes across, or I'd be in bad shape.
You would be, because if I post anything that has a tiny bit of blue, 90% of the comments, Hood needs that, it's blue. You'd have 75 blue vehicles.
And in fact, we've got not blue vehicles, but we've got a couple vehicles that were purchased last year, including one from him, a Scout that was a deal's been arranged on that's supposed to be picked up still. So I definitely do not need any more vehicles. Check this one out.
But you might need this.
No, I don't. I got enough square damn square bodies.
Might as well just keep it rolling. You become a square body guy.
See, short beds can be found still. Everyone wants me to find a short bed, but then you got to do stuff like fix that.
Yeah, my question, tell me this wasn't a forklift, is let's move the truck. Ugh! Please, no.
And I'm not saying that can't be fixed, but in the same amount of time, I can cut down a long bed. What do you say when you rescue them? Another one saved?
Yeah, that's it.
That's what I say when I cut one down, just to make y'all upset. The long beds are literally a dime a dozen still to date. He drug this one in from the
Budweiser factory.
Oh yeah, that may have been where that came from.
Yeah, I think
he just out backing into everything.
That was the last time Wilbur drove. He got his 14th DUI.
He backed into something so hard he knocked the dash bezel off.
But pretty tough looking truck, black on black.
Yeah, black looks good. She's a Chevy, in case you didn't know.
In cursive.
Yeah.
It's elegant.
And to go with that, you also need the heartbeat sticker on the back. This side ain't as bad. Bumper didn't manage to get into it as far. Little rod in her, but she's a true short bed. Got the old Rat Attack 350 in her.
Yeah, pretty standard for rural Oklahoma. They just get in there and just stick after stick after stick.
Actually, after noticing the chrome valve covers, that's a 305. Has to be.
Get excited about that.
These brake lines are in a lot better shape than the ones I just cut off of old Roy. Mine were rusted out.
Could be yours.
Could be yours. Speaking of grill guards,
Oh, boy.
Look at that monster. You could do some pushing with that and not hurt a damn thing. Good golly. Now this thing is sweet. Y'all talk about something to catch my attention. I'm a sucker for a cool service bed truck. This is a cool one. That thing's got a look and a half to it.
This is one I drug out of that field up in Kansas.
This is one where if you had unlimited budget and you could like make this something to tow with, even with you, and put old truck guy on the door and field finds, flip, service, you know, letter it all up like old service truck or something, that would be sweet.
And under the hood is a surprise. That's not factory what it would have had. I posted a picture and a guy was educating me on this. This is what you'd find in a Corvette. That's 327.
That's what they all say. That's what they all say.
Come get your service bed powered by the Corvette motor with the daddy long leg walking around in here. There's a couple of them.
Oh, check out their sweet upper radiator hose.
Serious there.
Just a little chunk of metal. That's pretty cool, actually. Not a flexi hose like Mortsky would prefer, but pretty good overall. So if they swap that in there, I'm wondering what all they had to swap here. As far as that shroud and stuff like that, looks like it fits up to that all really good. She may have been a factory V8 and then just the V8 got swapped though. Especially being, well, I say this like I know, but I notice it's 8 lug, so 3/4 ton pickup. So that makes sense to me that it would be I guess could have a possibility of having a larger motor. But I don't know what these all were optioned to come with. Check out that seat.
Right, I didn't even clean it. I didn't want to break it, but it says 26,530. But is that 126?
I don't know.
Right. But the
This thing's in killer shape.
Somebody, yeah, check this out. A lot of the old documentation, license plate.
That is awesome.
Chevrolet service deal.
Look at that right there, guys. Brand new license plate from 1974. That is awesome.
Bunch of receipts.
Chevrolet. Is
Nice.
this one still covered by the old truck guy protection plan?
Yep, 30 days.
30 days from the time you bought it, so it's expired already?
Yeah, 30 days ago it expired, sorry.
Oh, floor's in good shape from what I can see.
There's even stuff in those cabinets back there. There's old oil cans.
Pair of jumper cables.
Yep.
CRC, maybe a little can of Now, it looks like brake clean being red, but who knows. Got some trays up there. Say this will be another one where everyone's gonna be like, you need to buy that thing.
This one's not on there. I found this one sitting on the ground besides it, so it's just sitting in there. It needs to be worked a little bit. But over on this side, same with the tailgate was in the back. I mean, I think it's totally complete. There you go. Get you some some of that RW.
This thing is killer. Pratmental. I wonder what the hell that is.
Tramadol 25E. That whatever that says, something control. Fuel tanks.
It's full.
We'll use it on the next Will It Run.
For use and conditions of sale and warranty. Huh. Who knows what this is? I'm curious. Birth control.
Did you drink your birth control this morning?
Yeah, you drink some of that, I guarantee you'll be shooting blanks.
It's good for a lot of things. That's all I know.
Herbicide or weed control?
Oh yeah, we're probably out here playing with the Roundup.
I should probably wash my. That's prior to Roundup. That's the stuff that really worked. You pour that 1 gallon over there, and that whole side of greenery would be gone.
Get you some old spark plugs. Oh, that's full.
There's that damn old starter solenoid that was sticking. That thing is good. Rockers, got a little bit down in the fender and in the door, but that could all be patched and blended. That right there is gonna make someone a hell of a build. That deserves, like, to me, air ride, LS, logoed up with logos for whatever business would want to pursue it. That thing would be just killer. Right next door, this was one that I found on Facebook, and I knew it was a decent deal. I sent it to him at 10:41, and at 11:41 I got a picture back of it on his rollback. So when I tell you he don't play around, he don't play around.
That's the name of the game, guys. It's this guy specifically said first come first serve. There's 3 guys coming. I said, well, I'm driving up I-35 as fast as I can, 80 miles an hour in a rollback, going, I got there in my first. Yep. So I probably made a couple people mad, but that's the game, guys. It's nothing too exciting here, just a little old crusty small block.
Well, at least you got a small block in her.
But green patina, or like kind of this light combo, you don't see a lot of that color.
I'm a huge fan of like a kind of pea green is what I would call that. I think that's a killer color. Another Kansas find here, huh?
Yeah, 60 Dodge.
You're just a Dodge man. We're going swept line to then this body style to that. So is that in order, or is there one after this?
Yeah, we'll go. That's a 48. What did I say? This is a 60. That's a 66.
So that probably is the body style after this.
Yep. Right.
So we're just going boom, boom, boom. There's probably another one before this one. Who knows? I don't know enough about Dodges. It's just funny that he's racking them in. This thing's in pretty good shape. Missing a headlight bezel, but at least there ain't no damage around there.
Right. It's a good one too.
Oh, body's pretty stinking straight on this thing. Is this the only trim they put on here? They trimmed outdoors? Or
no, I'd have to look at a picture. That doesn't make sense, but you never know a Dodge.
Oh, well, this one looks like it would have had some trim right up here. So trim's supposed to flow there, but it don't look like anything's on the bed. And I don't know enough to lie to y'all, but yeah, it looks like they would just trim the front. She need a radiator?
I don't think so. I think it's totally complete. This was from that junkyard guy, and they just
used it.
It's got a bed and storage because everything's here.
She become a catch-all.
Probably a good Will It Run candidate.
Woo! We need Mortsky here to break those valves in that flathead.
Ow!
We need Zach here to break that belt.
3.
Break that belt and break them knuckles.
Yep. That's why you don't mess with old cars. That's going to start bleeding real heavy here in a sec.
Just enough to skin it.
Oh yeah, check her out.
She need a little deep creep on the doors, a little looby dooby. She really was a catch-all.
That trim goes in a totally different vehicle.
I was gonna say, I don't think any of this stuff is for this. You just got some free parts along the way.
He has so many vehicles that you kind of get what you get, and that's it.
Old steps on this one are pretty good shape.
Right?
Man, the Kansas stuff's pretty solid, huh?
I'm telling you need to come up there with me. Bring a trailer, because you probably won't go home empty.
Look at that friggin' step bumper.
She'll hold.
She's ready to take a hit. Got a little rust on the tailgate. That's kind of weird with how everything else seems to be solid.
I was wondering if maybe this was the factory rear bumper that he had found to replace this unit.
I don't know. Let's see. Check out that sweet old tag too, 75. Hell, if anything, you're getting license plates out there.
I need to pull those out and hang them on the wall.
That one was 74, 75. This one's 76. They were just parking stuff in order. Well, check this thing out, guys. In fact, I'd say, why don't we get it up on some wheels and tires where we can check it out, because I know that'll help y'all vision this, because a lot of you are probably looking at that going, why in the hell would you think that's attractive? And I just do.
Because it is.
Yeah, because it is. Well, to fix the van or get her on rollers, we got to have the rollers. I guess they're at the tire shop, so we're going to go pick them up, but they may not be ready for another 30 minutes to an hour. I showed y'all those cars pulling trailers. I guess there's some type of, he knew more about it that's going on at the local drag strip, which is fairly close. So I guess we're going to take the old Chevrolet powered Ford and go swing through there maybe, and then pick up the tires and come back. 50s, 1980s. Get some techno going. Hey, there's them bloodied knuckles you're talking about.
Oh, yeah,
that were took time for it to get up there.
They're not dripping too bad. We'll just ride with that. Somebody come shake my hand. Sorry about that.
You can't be thicker than me and wear this seat belt. That's all the slack she's got. She's tight on me. I know your big butt ain't wearing these seat belts.
For my daughter.
Found me a little girly iced coffee along the way even. We're getting close to the track. Hey! But guys, I ain't been out here since I was in high school. That's how long it's been since I took the time to go to our local racetrack. In fact, last time I was out here, I had a racing mower in high school, and it wasn't really racing. I just souped one up. We loaded it up, and we come up here, drive around in the pits, and this mower in first gear, as long as you had it on normal throttle, it would just put around like a normal mower. Had chrome pipes I'd made fit from a motorcycle. Nah stickers. It was flat black. This guy on a four-wheeler got up next to me and he said, "You want to run them?" And I said, "Sure." Well, I had another pedal on it that bypassed the governor, and I just pegged this thing and slam it in the next gear, and it just pulls the freaking tires off the ground, and it's gone.
Much to see here.
Yeah, I think Zach misinterpreted what was going on.
They posted something was going on.
Because there ain't a damn thing here.
Yeah, we're not gonna see much other than the track.
Well, at least y'all got a story out of it. We're at the Thunder Valley here in Noble, America. So those cars that were driving through, he thought they were all supposed to be here today.
I don't know if it's something where you come and do a run and then you go to the next place. Maybe that's what it is. There's a few random, but
You'd think there'd be some here running then, though. But they're not. That same day I was here pulling wheelies on my lawnmower, though, I remember seeing a farm truck in Asian, that long bed C10 they have, the farm truck. It was running that night, and that was before he was a celebrity. Because I remember getting to check that thing out and being like, man, that thing's sweet. Because, of course, it had big old steelies and shit on it. That was right up my alley. But anyhow, that's the last time I've been here. Someone's here and a victim to a bad tire, it looks like. A couple of them, because they've got their trailers.
this was a guy, I think I saw at the car wash, the Corvette with chutes and a trailer.
He's out here doing a papa wheelie.
It was a wild sight to see a Corvette pulling a trailer with chutes.
$200,000 race car, got being held up by $25 jack stands.
With the trailer hitch. If he's towing that camper with that, that's cool.
Oh, he has to be.
We'll drive over there just to see what's
Yeah,
up.
I bet he'll let us check out the rig. We pull up there and be like, y'all got a shitter in that thing?
Man, I gotta go so bad.
It is the downside of that coffee. Sometimes it'll take it clean out of you. You gotta flush the system. Y'all care if we check out your truck? You got a YouTube channel? Sweet, yeah.
Not nothing like yours.
Well, that's all right. Just say what it is.
It's Harvey Sack Shack.
All right. Yeah, we'll put it on there, man. I appreciate you letting us check it out.
We just put some heads on this thing.
Just put some heads on it. Not a lot of people building diamond tees.
No.
There's a guy who's local to me who's obsessed with them. He has a good handful of them.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
is it the old truck guy?
No, that's old truck guy right
is
there.
that you?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, cool.
He's just a local guy who had a little import salvage there, and he shut down and kind of retired, but he still builds a lot of diamond tee stuff.
That's awesome.
So I'll randomly see one go through town. I'm like, yeah, he's got another one on the road. Not a lot of people messing with them.
No, man, and I wanted one for so many years just because of the shape of the cab.
Yeah.
And I bought this one to build a ramp truck out of.
Well, he has one that he's building into a ramp truck and stuff too.
And then I drove a friend of mine's twin turbo 4-wheel drive Silverado, and I had to have one. So that's what this became.
Well, just like kind of my stuff of the Internationals, I think they're ugly, but they're cool.
No,
That's
they're
what
cool.
I tell people. I'm like, Internationals are ugly, and I hurt International people's feelings. I'm like, guys, I own like 4 of them.
Yeah.
Stuff can be ugly, but cool.
Right.
They may not have the coolest lines, or they may not flow the best, but that's what sometimes makes them cool to me. What chassis y'all got this on?
It's like a 2006 Yukon.
Okay, because I see your 4-link set up.
Yeah, it's all just how it was, you know, on the chassis. It's bolt-on parts, bolt-on 4-link bars, and then bolt-on coilover kit in the front. There was torsion bars.
Right.
I tried to cut a little weight out of it, but it's still heavy.
Can't be too heavy.
4,200 with me in it.
Dang, heavier than I would have thought it
It's
would
like
have been.
32 without me.
Yeah, got to hit that diet before race week.
Haven't eaten in 3 days.
Yeah.
Light.
Carrots and celery
As of
sticks.
Right now, I don't remember when I ate last. I blew it up last night at 7 p.m.
This or the shitter in there?
Both, yeah. so blew it up, drove to Wichita Falls
Ooh.
to boost line performance. They gave me a set of heads. The guy opened the shop at 1 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
The heads are valve job done, waiting. He surfaces them, takes my springs, sets them up, goes through everything, puts it all together. I mean, perfect set of heads. Here you go. Have a good day.
Man, that is...
Boost line performance.
Took care of those guys. This race stuff is crazy. 1, I'm scared to go fast, but 2, up at 1 a.m. driving to get parts, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, well, you know, I always said if it freaking blows a valve cover gasket, I'm done. I'm going home.
Yeah.
That's what I've always said. And then it happened. The real stuff happened, and I'm like,
Well, we got to fix
I'm
it.
doing this. You know, I'm fixing this. Like,
Well, that's cool, man. You got a lot going on here. There's a lot packed in here. What you got the air for?
boost control.
Boost control?
Yeah, you add air on top of the wastegates to add more boost.
Okay.
We drove through all that rain from
Yep.
Kansas all the way to well, here. The day there was a tornado.
Yeah.
So we drove through all that. It killed my oil pressure sensor and my boost control sensor, I guess, because I was commanding 11 pounds of boost and it went 20-ish. and it's on pump gas for this because I didn't want to be changing back and forth from E85. So it was never supposed to go anywhere near that.
Right.
The sensor's telling the computer
I mean,
it doesn't have anything.
This right here is definitely what I'd want to be caught in the rain with. Look at this thing, guys.
You're
Twin
not gonna be able
turbos
to
up
see
the
it.
front.
You won't be able to see it on that camera. But
This thing
I'll show you
is
what we
killer.
There's a little bitty square open
Oh my gosh.
in the duct tape.
Guys, and I know that's hard for y'all to see. They duct taped these and just left the tiniest little square. Let's cut the inlet to nothing and crank boost to 20.
No, we just cruised on that. It wouldn't even,
That's
but
wild.
it's pouring rain, you know, pulling that thing.
Right there, YouTube Harvey Hack Shack. There's a
There's supposed to be an S.
S Harvey's. He went so fast he blew the S off of it. Well, I appreciate y'all letting us check this thing out.
Yeah,
This
man.
thing is cool. This looks real comfortable to drive long distance.
Dude, it's like a Cadillac. You just don't even know.
Check out some of that front suspension. All this you said is bolt-on stuff?
Yeah, it's wicked fabrication with Viking coilovers. And
How's it launch? All-wheel drive.
oh man, yeah. It's ask her. The first time she rode in it.
Well, we noticed she was the one really doing all the work, not you.
Yeah, no, I just parts runner.
There you go. You just make sure that kitchen's cleaned in there, huh?
Yeah.
All you gotta do is make me a sandwich.
There you go. Was checking out some of these stickers on here. I wish I had some with me to give this gentleman. Sweet
some.
Patina. Got the Sweet Patina logo on there. And then he was talking about how that air conditioning, and I walked around over here and checked this out. Found the compressor. How many amps does that thing pull? All of them? I figured so. That thing is sweet. I've never even seen one.
Came off Amazon.
Huh. That thing is cool.
We didn't have any room up front, so the evaporator's back here.
Holy crap.
And my wife she does all the work. So she ducted all this. She made these vent plates and put vents up here in the roll cage.
Oh, that's cool.
And then 2 in the center.
Y'all got all the glass working pretty decent stuff in it then?
Yeah, I had it. The front, I didn't have the mechanisms, you know.
Yeah.
It didn't even have them when I bought them, so I just had glass cut and we glued it in. The back is original glass, and then I had these cut.
I'd say you did a hell of a job on that thing.
I appreciate it.
Well, your wife did, I mean.
Yeah.
I forgot to go on a diet myself because I didn't know I'd be riding in something like this today. When you've got stuff like you're in a damn aircraft, you know you're in something fast.
It's so hard to hear in here, so.
I ain't had one of these on since I was test running B-52s in the Air Force.
Now we're on street tires, so it might spin.
Riding in fast stuff. I just don't want to be the one in control. Boy, I lock up every time.
That was a good test for the new head gaskets.
Yeah. Blow some heads apart, be doing it again.
No, we'll be getting a trailer.
He said that was on just regular old pump gas. We're on the straight tires and he was taking it easy. I'd love to go fast in it. Man, hey, thank you so much. That was awesome. That is fun.
Little we know, nobody being here would be actually the best.
Yeah, it turned out to be the best thing. The old diamond tea that'll make you poop yourself. You're selling a lot of gas-powered golf carts if you've got a setup like that to refill them. Or maybe that's racing fuel for the drag strip down there.
Probably is.
Mama Lupe, I bet she'd make a taco.
I know, tire shop's got taco place in the parking lot.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm getting the old truck guy tour today. He actually putted by, showed me where his house was. Never seen that before. And then we made it here to his tire shop he uses. Pick up a couple white walls he got mounted up. Turns out that one's a 14 and he just wasn't paying attention. Picked it up with a 15. What do you mean that's a 14? This says 15. Something fishy going on here. Or maybe he grabbed a 14-inch wheel. I bet that was it. So he's squaring up with him, and then I guess this is the taco truck to get, so we're gonna try us a couple tacos. You want a taco about it? Man, this thing looks sweet. I'm surprised they don't have white walls on this. How come y'all?
I thought about it.
I think you need to.
At least be an option.
You know, I kind of like the big steelies on some stuff, but I think this one with some steelies and white walls, I think it'll take the truck next level.
We'll probably try it this summer.
Woo! The lighting, the chairs, I didn't expect a romantic lunch for two today.
Where's that candle? I need that candle.
Light the candle.
Wine and dine, come and get your tacos and water.
Don't y'all be telling Taco Boy I cheated on him, okay? So we're gonna see how the carne asada burrito does here. It looks like it offers the slide it out of you feature right there.
Got a fresh roll of toilet paper, we're good.
That's,
Don't use a sock.
I told him, I said, there's a nice peace of mind with some reassurance if there's a decent bathroom close. Woo! I was wooing because I got a pepper. I asked for peppers to make it spicy, so I didn't know if they were coming in the burrito or what. She's pretty good already, I can tell you that. I ain't mad at it. Good thing we waited till it got nice and hot, and we're gonna get nice and full to go do the hot work in the sun now.
Great timing.
See, it was pretty good. About an amp 30.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this chair, not quite what you got, but.
I said I wanted it spicy. Y'all notice not very much of that sucker's gone.
And you're sweating.
I'm sweating. One decent bite. That baby's got some heat on her. One bite was good for about the whole burrito. That's why when I was like, can you make it spicy? He was like, spicy? And I was like, yeah. You're not ready for that?
Easy, gringo.
Yeah. Gringo couldn't handle it. I probably could have, but whew.
It's already hot out.
Check out this book he found.
Oh yeah.
So we're about to go throw the wheels and tires on this. The Studebaker's a zip van, and tell them what you found out after some extensive research.
They call it a zip van because in 1963, the post office, they brought in zip codes. So they're trying to everybody get on board with understanding zip codes and putting them on your letters. So that's when they brought up the zip van. And you'll see out there, it's stamped all over it.
Of course, made by Studebaker, and they called it the zip van. It was a 1 year?
Yeah, 1 year only, and based on my research, it's because AMC outbid them the next year for the next line of vehicles. So yeah, it's 1 year only. 1963 is all you can get.
Probably a handful left. How many were ever made, you ever figure out?
Yeah, a little over 4,000. I think 4,238, maybe to be exact. I found a guy, an old postman, has one of these cars, and he's got a YouTube video that's real educational on it.
That's pretty cool. So pretty dang rare. Probably not a lot of those left, because why would you keep them around? I'm sure a lot of them are crushed out and gone.
That's usually a lot of that government stuff. They just take it and boom, they don't want any trace of any of it or rolling around.
He found that sucker on eBay, and it had wiring diagrams in the back and all kinds of stuff. So that's
if you're working on something, a shop manual is a great way to get started. This is what they'd give the old shop, and whatever you got to do. They got pictures. I mean, they put a lot of thought. There was no internet. You had to have this bad boy.
good pictures and everything on this one. That thing's in good shape.
Oh yeah.
It's easy to imagine it did not get used a lot because they had it for 1 year. Probably not too much happened, and
that was it.
Well, who knows? Maybe they got 10 years out of the things and then upgraded, or maybe more. Ain't no telling. Whew, did I mention that pepper was warm? All right, nice full belly. Let's go get miserable. Check out what I actually came to check out, which I ain't even made it over to actually check out. Woo! Let's turn her into old white wall Willie. Going up. Studebaker had that axled hub nut, whatever you want to call it. International had it some, and so did AMC. Hey yo, jack stand coming out.
Official jack stand, the old truck guy. Anything we can find.
These look like small ones.
Yeah, they are. It's kind of a unique setup.
I wonder what pattern they are. Studebaker.
5 on 4 3/4.
Oh, well, that shouldn't be too bad.
Right. I just don't know if they got a weird
offset or nothing.
Yeah, something strange.
Chevrolet pattern. That's what it is. I bet they don't. How them knuckles feeling? They don't look any better.
Yeah. Not looking great.
Set them out in the sun.
Yeah.
Scab them over.
Burn that fresh gas. That's good for it.
We're not gonna set no pit crew records here.
NASCAR.
Do they roll?
Oh,
well,
yeah.
That one spins. Sounds good.
Oh!
Yo! Ho, ho, ho.
No!
Hey, don't set it down on the ground and collapse the body or nothing.
Perfect.
We don't want to crinkle that in from dropping it.
Now, real question. Where's that other jack? I think our jack's pinned.
Good thing you didn't have her closer to the Dodge.
We would have kissed.
It won't be our first smoochy kiss. She's had a couple on her in her day. Guys, check this thing out. It's got some rusted parts on it, but I can't imagine rebuilding any of this would be terribly hard just because everything's a flat piece for the most part. Even like that trim, that could be bead rolled and imitated pretty stinking easy. No, I'm not gonna buy this. Like I said, he's gonna make his money on stuff. It is super cool. I'd be interested in something like that. I've always been interested. In fact, Turn and Rust, restored guys, Lance Bush, he beat me to a Willys version 1 I've tried to buy. Sleeper Dude has his Metro Mike. There's a few different versions of something that's very similar to this, and over the years I've tried to buy a few, and I'm just never fast enough. And right now we're not gonna bring in no more than the 2 I still got to bring in. So if you're wondering why did I have to come look at it, the fact is this may be the only one of these I ever see in my lifetime. We got the old short stroker now.
What's going on here?
You gotta crank it before you spank it.
It's going up and going down.
I ain't even gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. So we started looking at this thing, and right there you can see where it says zip. Whoo! Little trap door. Get your radiator cap. Earlier when we made it to this point, I guess it never really popped the hood on her, but you pop the hood. I don't know if it lays forward more. And you can see where that's at, and it's pretty complete looking. Definitely looks like it wasn't being worked on, and that's why it got parked. Meaning if it ain't locked up, we probably got a runner there. And then your cockpit here on the right side with all your controls and stuff. Just neater than hell. John Doe from William A. Dokes. Did you get her in the air like you just don't care? Woo!
Oh, gotta go up.
There goes the potential for the drop again.
Yeah.
That's good.
Curious what kind of hubcaps.
Does the other wheel have it too?
Yeah. There's one over on the front, the other side it's
Well, that one's a little different. Yeah, you got a hodgepodge.
And the other one's a split rim.
Well,
We'll figure it out.
they come from a junkyard, so it's got a bunch of mismatch.
I was reading the diagram and it said 73 to 85 foot-pound torque, so we're giving them factory spec here.
Ooh, way to be precise.
There's 73, there's 85.
All right, got her up on wheels and tires, kind of leveled up here. Now, could you just imagine if those Stillies were black or hell, who knows what color? There wouldn't be a bad one to go with. That thing is just, man.
I was worried the tires might be too big, but they fill it up about perfect.
Yeah, that thing was dropped down about 3 inches.
Oh yeah.
Woo! Sleeper dude has that Metro Might of his, and I just love that thing. That thing has a really killer look. Like I said, I've tried to get a couple old wheelies, and never even knew a zip van even existed until he come across this one and shared some info on it. But that right there is gonna make someone an awesome little hot rod driver, just something unique. It'll take a special buyer to want that. I doubt there's a dedicated postal man who's gonna spend his retirement restoring one of these. So I bet if anyone wants to buy it, it's gonna be someone who does a hot rod shop, who ends up with a hot rod chassis and probably a LS motor, because they're so popular. But this thing's just sweet to be able to check out. Did you find you there?
That's what I was wondering.
Old toy. The slide inside here, he had that open earlier. I'll let you break. You break it so I don't buy it.
Just gotta find a groove.
There she goes. Check out this feature. You got the standing gas pedal. You got your sitting gas pedal. You sit there. Here, demonstrate, Bigfoot.
Repair. So there's the standing option, which is here, and the gas pedal is this lever, and you bring it in towards your body like that. You can see this one moves while we do it. So you'd be driving along going, what's the address up here now? Oh, hold up. We're going for the long haul. This is kind of wacky here though.
You got a gas up there. Well, I guess if the pedal was up, it would be up there. There you go. So now imagine standing. Man, I guess I kind of did a good job of splitting the differences, really, because that don't look too uncomfortable. And then up here, yeah,
there's a little lag time if it were something quick.
I think that's the dogs coming feature. So you got your slide door open and you're hightailing it, and you can flip up in here, slap her and drive, and just kick her sideways. Whoa! You wake up that straight 6 and high torque it out of there.
We got the battery, the old Firestone.
Oh, she'll crank. I can't believe I've never seen one of those electric AC compressors like that guy had earlier. That was cool. Well, I've never seen one in person anyhow. That part looks fairly new.
That's what I thought.
The Presto light, well, other than the rust and dust.
I never dug in here at all. Looks like the broken windshield's in here, I think.
Is that a little compartment?
Yeah.
Woo, fancy.
Little bench.
Those have to be added by someone.
Had to.
Yeah. Someone start hauling the kids in this.
Yeah. Hey Nancy, I got a new rig for us here. You're really gonna like this one.
I'll be able to take you, the dog, the groceries.
And the neighbors. We got bench seats.
Sit back there and shut up.
All right, Dad.
What,
Give her hail.
what is this, though?
That's if you're...
Where are we?
Why
where
are we
we-
electrocuting?
Yeah.
That's a seatbelt.
He was strapping something in. That's for the baby carrier. Set little Tommy right there and strap him in.
We'll strap in the precious cargo.
A couple tumbleweeds.
Yeah, there's a ton of tumbleweeds at this guy's place.
Check out this back door, guys, how it is literally on a garage track and would roll up into
I think
here.
it was up. I don't want to go get wild, but...
Seems to be working, and it's crazy that it's made out of wood, because everything sure looks like it's supposed to be there. So I wonder if that was originally metal and then it messed up, so they transferred everything to wood, or I wonder if it came like that.
Yeah, surely it didn't survive that long, but it looks, I mean, it matches everything else.
The world may never know. All I know is I'm glad I've got to come and see this thing in person. It is too dang cool. Ooh, you don't need a lumbar with this. This sucker sits you straight up.
That's why everybody had good posture back in the day. Didn't have a choice.
Mailman wasn't gonna have no sunken neck. Loose back on him. Boy, that old flexi, woohoo, goes right up. That's actually a lot more access to that than you'd think you'd get in something like this.
Right.
Or what I assumed. And over on this side, there really ain't much other than just a carburetor. Well, I guess somewhere down in there's gotta be a master cylinder and whatnot, but looks like all your ignition and alternator and all that be real nice and easy to get to. Hell, we're here. Curiosity. Oh,
Need a little help.
not looking good.
Don't try to turn it over.
Yeah, that's kind of disappointing because out here it looks good. It don't
Right.
look like anyone ever tore it
I
up.
wonder if somebody dug in it and then, like classic, worked on it, were real motivated for a week and then got defeated.
I just want to know where all that damn oil went.
And Hill in Kansas probably is a good choice. I had an old sticker up here, bodied by, I don't want to touch it, might fall apart. Bodied by Met Pro, not Metro, Met Pro. Wheelbase is 85 inches and some other info.
Got a tag down here too.
Cereal?
I just like the cockpit feeling of this, of just basic switches, boom, boom. Sweet little gauge panel. That thing would just be awesome if it was in tip-top shape. What a sweet setup. Boy, I tell you what though, going to get out of there, I guarantee you that brake pedal tripped a person or two.
Many times.
Because I just naturally went to stand up and walk and drug my foot right into it. That thing's got a cool look to it though.
That's a weather plane.
Damn AWACS. We'll do a quick glance through before we hit the road today. We didn't plan on going and meeting some cool people at the track, and it kind of worked out. This old fridge right here, she's got a good look to her. And a lot of these we've seen on Mortski's channel, or when I've done stuff with Old Truck Guy, we kind of see. So we may just look at ones that I don't fully remember.
This was a Bud special. Remember it had the big thing in the back?
Oh, yep.
Those are Buds.
He took the crane out of it. Another fridge I don't remember. These fridges, like I said, they've grown on me. He seems to have good luck with them. I know a couple other finder, seller type people that just can't stand them. They say they're just losing their butts on them, trying to make even just a little bit of money. Oh yeah, I remember that one. I did that one with him. Or yeah, we all did it.
Yeah.
That was the one the PTO was engaged in.
Another fridge, another fridge. I got so many fridges.
Fridges on fridges.
This came from old Ronnie
Stackhouse.
Yep.
So you got that one from by me.
Yep.
She a long bed?
Yeah, long bed, but like look at the cab corners, man.
She's pretty solid.
Somebody took the steering wheel, which is unfortunate, of the whole rack, but the rest of the trucks.
Steps are there. That's nice to see. This one I had found and sent to him on Facebook. It was a estate sale or something.
Yeah, up in Tulsa. Lady's dad, it was her dad. He was there. He was in a wheelchair, not doing good, and they were trying to get rid of this thing. It's a good one.
That sucker's pretty complete.
It's supposed to be the brand when parked.
Of course.
They all are.
You can tell she's had a repaint on her. Different little color underneath there, but who cares?
Not far off.
A
Patina's.
little bit of rot. She's got a nice chrome grill on her. Everything looks pretty good.
I fancied her up for the people. I put some white walls on her.
Woo!
That's what is that? Rust-Oleum paint I think I used?
There you
It
go.
doesn't work very good.
White plastic dip.
Came out of Arkansas, I'm guessing.
Got all the little badges and emblems and stuff still on it. That thing's tough.
More fridges.
This one was at Sammy's at one point, and I'd seen it there, and then I went with Zach and we rescued that one. Woo, that's cool. Gordon's Radiator Service. That one is way cooler just because the door logo on it.
I got this because the guy told me it's a big block. Tell me what you see here. 6 cylinders.
I mean, she is a big block. Big block V6. This one we've seen.
Rusty Cameo, Napco out of Buds.
Napco. Yep, that one's found.
Apache, that teaming up with old Shady Nook. We're gonna do a 6.0 swap on that one. Gonna try to squeeze 500 horsepower out of that.
This one here for your brother.
Yep, we're teaming up on a build.
Sweet.
It's going to West Virginia, and Mortski was looking for a Apache for a Napco frame he just picked up, so maybe Mortski will take this. That'd be good.
The old swamp buggy.
Yep, a little low back here. Bring your fishing pole when you get over here.
He's gonna have to let the water drain out if he wants to get that jack back. Got a few deer out here.
Yep, they set off my camera every once in a while.
Got our spare beds, fenders, cab or two. He's the Studebaker man. He's got the zip van, so he's got the pickup. A lot of this we've seen. I got my one bed side, step side beds with the utility boxes when he got that one. These ones I've seen.
This looks familiar.
I know I've seen that before.
This is recent. I just traded a guy this last month. I'm not sure, in the year 70 maybe.
69 or 70.
He said, guy worked for me. I gave him that truck so he'd show up to work on time, and he still couldn't get it right.
Huh. I don't know all the differences on those, but I thought they didn't go to 5 lug till
Yeah,
71.
right. Yeah.
But it's got the 6970 grill, so
But a lot of that stuff you can
I was gonna say
swap.
someone's done some swip swapping on that one. Nice little 68 gold, 69s, 70s
Yeah,
pairs.
some of these I was
I think I was I with you when we got that one? Or no, you've had that one.
Yeah, this came out of down Paul's Valley. This came out of the auction next door.
So this one's new.
Yeah.
Woo, that thing's jacked up and looks good.
Right.
Yeah, that,
Somebody needs to take this. I rescued it and it needs a home. I'll make you $1,000. Come and get it.
that thing's got a cool look to it.
It's ready for whatever you want to bring if I can get the...
No work required.
Yeah.
Battery died on the camera and Zach caved in to getting that hood open. International, 4-wheel drive?
No, I don't think so.
No?
No.
I figured being that big 6-lug, it'd have to be a 4-wheel drive. Huh. I thought only, maybe it makes it a 3/4 ton or something they use those on.
Story on this. Hood needs some help.
Hood don't come open. 65, 66 grill, about my least favorite. It's got the vertical slats on her.
Look at that mirror.
I thought this was gonna be, God dang.
It's like an egg pan.
That's so Grandpa Joe quits backing into stuff. Like, and that's why they had to take the visor down and put the old stick up there.
Boy, if this isn't crude, I don't know what is.
Man, she's a doozy. I thought this one was gonna be really cool if it was 4-wheel drive, but it's not near as cool being 2-wheel drive. That one's 4-wheel drive and a good looking Ranger.
79.
Man, that thing just with the wagon wheels, a little more lift, a little more tire.
I thought about messing with it, but
Too
only have
much.
47 irons in the fire.
I don't remember a lot of these, a whole lot of them.
Somewhat new. Last summer I got them. You remember the Super Short?
Yeah, I don't even want to look at that thing.
This was D&H. Hooked me up with this one.
Oh yeah,
I was
seen
above
this
the
one.
Camper bed.
This one came from CDC.
CTC.
I remember it.
I don't know if you sent me this on Facebook.
I think so, maybe.
Same
I don't
time?
think I've seen it in person yet. He is a dragging home machine, I'll give him that. Found those wheels too.
I might as well be your secondhand shop here.
Well, you'll go buy the stuff. I'm too scared to invest money. Short bed?
Yeah, short bed.
Hello.
Look, this is the bee farm here. Be careful now.
Oh yeah, you said every year there's bees in there. I guess the old queen ain't left yet. You've always said that, but I've never seen bees on it, and that thing's just covered in
Oh, they're
them.
humming. I'm about to get stung.
Nah,
I've looked in there and I couldn't find any whatever beehive, but I think it's maybe behind the passenger seat.
that's what it's looking like. Go open it up. I got the camera going. Here, I'll back up about 20 foot. Yeah, better not. Better not. Woo! Yeah. They gave me a pass by to let me know it's time for me to leave. Couple by the ears. Yum, yum. I don't need no more of a hint than that. Y'all be sure to check out old truck guy. He's on the Instagram. He'll post occasionally on his YouTube channel. He does little shorts and stuff on there from time to time. And yeah, always appreciate him finding stuff and letting us come up here and checking it out. And you know what we got going on, being able to kind of help each other out sometimes.
That's what friends are for.
All right, guys, got that AC blowing. Gonna get the radio cranked on again and do the Pot County Boogie back to the house. Hey, nice little hop and skip back home, guys. I've been wanting to do more stuff like that. More car guy stuff. This what was always a dream to be a career, but when you're juggling a full-time and trying to get the YouTube stuff going, now I've been YouTubing full-time for a few years. I guess this year will be 4 towards the end of the year, August or September time frame. It definitely becomes more of a job, and everything just used to consume so much time where I never had time for my family. So 2 years ago, with getting help with Nathan and Chris, these last couple of years, I've really given a lot of time back to my family, which was much needed. And I've pretty much only allotted my time back to that. So I still do my Puddin's Fab Shop stuff with work. And obviously I can make a video, so this is work. But today felt more like a vacation to me than anything I've done in a long time, because I just went up there to check out that van with nothing else like I had to do. So getting to go and randomly meet the Harvey's Hat Shack, not that that was even planned, the fact it just happened, that to me was just doing car guy stuff, which I've kind of got away from doing. It's just work and family, work and family. So I've been trying to do a little balance, And I can do car guy stuff incorporated with work, and it still don't really feel like work. So I think I need to do a little more of that. Not all the time, but like going down to the cars and coffees with D&H and stuff like that. I needed to put a shakedown on the wagon. We had a perfect destination to just go be a car guy for a little bit. So I'm happy I did that today. It was cool to get to check that out with Zach. It was cool to get to meet the Harvey's hack shit. What kind of idiot puts a self-portrait as merchandise? Who would do that? What a goofball. Now, he hooked me up with a few stickers and stuff. Of course, I don't travel with stuff like that, so I didn't have nothing to give back. But it was super cool to meet him. I guess his channel and stuff, he shows a lot of stuff he builds in his shop or something. I haven't got to check it out yet, but I'm going to check out a video whenever I get a chance. So y'all be sure to give him a check out. If you give him a check out. Go bill him. Write him. Or I'm going to shut up. I don't know what I'm saying. Puttinsfabshop.com for that good quality merchandise. I'm on the Instagrammer, Patreon, Facebooker, all that good stuff, guys. I appreciate y'all being here. A little change up. This is me trying to get back in a rhythm after being out of town for a week or so. So today was some good car stuff that wasn't stressful, and I kind of feel rejuvenated after today. So I'm happy with how everything's went. I hope y'all enjoyed a little different change up, and I will see y'all next time. However, do not forget, sitting in Harvey Hack Shack's truck doing turbo all-wheel drive launches will not finish your project. Hot damn, there's so much BSery. We had to start a whole channel for all the extras. Be sure to go check out Puttin's Fab Shop if you ain't seen that baby yet. Come on!